Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Wild and Wingless. I know it's been a while, but I got myself the good driver from WA, Brandon Sharpe. How are you today?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, good. Good to see you. How's the weather over there?
At the moment, bloody freezing.
I think it's cold
So,
everywhere.
yeah, we're looking forward to the warmer weather, that's for sure.
No, bringing on warmer weather equals racing, so let's do that. Hey, Brandon, I've seen your name prop up on the WA Wingless site, or your page a lot, with results throughout the year and stuff like that. But as a driver, can you give us a brief history on your racing, where you got started, and to where you are now?
Yeah, probably like most races, my family grew up around motorsport, so yeah, we've been racing. We started off racing karts when we were quite young, myself and my brother, and then yeah, kind of transitioned from karts into junior sedans. So that's where the speedway thing sort of came about. Did that like through our teenage years, and then moved on to some black track stuff. So we raced a category called saloon cars. So yeah, did that sort of at Barbagallo over here. Did a few rounds over east, like he did Bathurst and Phillip Island and all those bucket list tracks. And then yeah, kind of finished that up, and now we're sort of yeah racing wingless. Probably been back in them for four seasons now, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're at the moment. So yeah, enjoying it. Probably the most fun I've had racing in any division. Um, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at the moment.
That's a pretty cool history of racing to go from like tar to dirt to tar to dirt sort of background. Obviously, keeping your eye in both sort of disciplines. But yeah, that's cool to hear. And your karting was a asphalt karting, tar karting,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, so yeah, did bitumen carts.
Yeah.
So yeah, never went down the dirt cart route. Yeah, to be honest, back then, like, never had really even heard of it. To be honest, didn't even know it was a thing. So, um, but yeah, my young fella just started racing dirt carts actually. So yeah, I've got a lot to learn now.
Oh well done, and good luck to him.
Yeah.
What is it about wingless you enjoy the most?
Um, Probably the fact that it's so competitive, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know what it's like over on the East Coast, but like over here, there's probably 10 or 15 cars that could win on any given night. I guess just depending on which way your luck swings, and so yeah, that's probably the best thing about it. I guess the potential affordability of it to a degree. I think like any division, you can spend as little or as much as you want, but it does have the ability to be an affordable race class for someone who wants to do it that way, like the second-hand tyres, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's probably what I enjoy about it the most. And obviously, all my mates race, we all race together, so which is a good and a bad thing, I guess. But yeah, no, it's definitely probably the most fun I've had in any division that I've raced in for sure.
Yeah, nice. No, well, you talk about a few things there. Over on the East Coast, we don't have these two brothers that you guys have, so I think we're fortunate about that because they're fast everywhere they go. But besides that, yeah, the WA's got a really good second-hand market. I see constantly on Facebook on the Wingless buy and sell page, just all the stuff coming out of WA, and just thinking, oh, if only we were there. Like, so I sort of guess that's what makes your division over there be very healthy, which is good for both the consumer, which is the competitor, and the tracks to have good car numbers. So yeah, that's awesome to see. Um, so one thing you've done for the last few years is you've split your role from a driver, and you've also given up a lot of your time for your actual wingless club over there, taking on the role of VP. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so probably a couple of years ago now, yeah, I decided just to jump on the committee just to sort of see if I could lend a hand in any way. I guess it's sort of one of those things where um, you have ideas or whatever through the year, and instead of just I guess doing nothing, you think, well, I'll jump on and see if we can make some changes and just try and make the club better. I guess.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah, so did just went on as like a general committee member, and then last season, yeah, went up to vice president. It's actually a split role. There's two of us.
Yep.
So yeah, this is my second year of it now. So yeah, this year will obviously be a big year with what's happening over here. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit. Your WA titles for this season, which just went. How did you go in that? How was your night or nights?
Uh, yeah, so this season that was the best result that we'd had in a WA title, and we finished runner up behind Blake. And yeah, so split the two brothers down the middle. So yeah, that's the best result that I've had in a title, and it was sort of unfortunate in a way down because it was down at Albany Speedway, and yeah, the track probably wasn't as good as we'd hoped from a racer's point of view. Um, just didn't have the opportunity for a lot of passing, which from a racer is very frustrating, as you guys all know. But unfortunately, that's just what happens sometimes. You know, you can't have it perfect all the time. So, but yeah, they definitely the best result we had all season. Actually, I think so. Didn't manage to jag a feature race this season, but you get that.
All right, so let's talk upcoming or Aussie title actually. Like, what was your go with the Aussie title?
Yeah, so yeah, well, obviously, as everyone knows, it's at the Motorplex this season. So we're very lucky to have that in our backyard. I think even from for anyone who hasn't been there, what you see on TV doesn't do it justice. Like I don't think there's another track in Australia where you go in and you have a grass pit area and power for everyone. You don't need to bring a generator. Yeah, we really are lucky to have that over here. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Obviously, a lot of work from a committee point of view already going into that. Um, yeah, I sort of obviously the Motorplex has released their calendar now, so it'll be almost like a miniature speed week, I guess, for
Yep,
wingless that week. So we'll obviously have the Aussie title. There'll be a Wednesday night meeting, the following one, which is actually going to be our Des Nash Memorial race that we have every year.
yep.
Uh, so yeah, can confirm that's going to be at least 5,500 to win at the moment,
Wow.
maybe more, but we'll see. And then the next weekend will be our WA state title at the Motorplex as well.
Yes.
So yeah, if anyone's coming over, it'll be a good week to be in Western Australia for wingless.
I like the fact that you guys have done that. It's almost like what they did in Mildura last year or last season with the WoW series and the Australian title, sort of bang bang for anyone
Yeah,
travelling. You guys have done the same thing, and I think that's going to help by getting the car numbers there and giving everyone, just take a bit of time off work and hopefully you can do that. But I think just the lead up to it, the Aussie titles being 1 week, and then as you said, it's going to be like a speed week for wingless. That's absolutely incredible. And you're talking big money on the line too. So
yeah, no, it's we're pretty lucky that Gav at the Motorplex has sort of really gotten behind it. He's really excited to have it. He'd been trying to get it for a little while now, but just hadn't worked in our favour. So yeah, I know he's putting a lot of work into it. Obviously, the Nash family, and then yeah, the committee's going to be right behind it as well. So hopefully, we can get the races to come and support it. Yeah, you won't regret it. Regret it, that's for sure.
yeah, no, I'm definitely hearing some people on the East Coast talking about making the trip over. So everyone's looking at different options, whether it be sharing containers or putting containers on trains or prime moves and stuff like that. So people are talking about it. And it sounds like they're talking about not just going for the one race. So
Yeah.
everyone's sort of hearing bits and pieces about something happening that everyone wants
Yep.
to be a part of. So I think so far what you guys are doing is really good. How do you think you're going to fare in the Australian title? Where do you think you're going to see yourself?
I don't know. It's yeah. Look, I think it's one of those things. You just have to go into it, sort of, not putting too much pressure on yourself. But it is obviously our home track as well. So, geez, I think if I can finish in the top 10, that'll be a pretty good result for us. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Titles are a lot of luck, unfortunately.
They are, and as we've seen, they've the AWSR had their AGM lately, recently, sorry, and the format for big meetings they're going to run with this. I think we're going to see more of what we saw at the Mildura Australian title, which, if you do have a bad night or do have a bad race, it sort of helps you fight your way back. But when you've got so many top quality cars, you just can't afford to have a bad heat. So, but I wish you nothing but best of luck, my friend, for that. This season, how was your season? What would you consider your highlight for this season?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we still had a pretty good season. I think we finished fourth overall in our WA like championship, which unfortunately, yeah, I DNF'd the full final round, which kind of hurt me for points. Um, but yeah, so we had a pretty good year. Obviously, the state title was probably the highlight, finishing second in that. Um, but yeah, other than that, we didn't manage to tear up, which was good. That's always a good season when you don't do too much damage. So, but yeah, we're stripped the cars now and rebuilding, and just making sure everything's ready to go for this season. And yeah, we'll give it our best shot.
Nice. What would you say is your favourite racetrack
It has to be the Motorplex. I
in
think
Motorplex?
it's hard to go past that place. Just because it's the facility that it is. For us, it puts on the best racing, especially when it's slick to the fence.
Yep.
That suits our cars to a T. So yeah, I'm yeah excited for what's going to happen there this year, and hopefully we can get a few of you guys to come over and you can experience that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of the tracks I enjoy watching on pay per view. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when wingless go out there and go 3, 4 wide, and you're just thinking, what the? And then you see those things with wings just sort of maybe to go too wide. But anyway, what's been your favourite moment in the sport?
Probably, and as stupid as it might sound, probably the factor of racing against my brother.
Yeah,
Even though he's doing a limited schedule at the moment, but yeah, like through all of our years racing as kids, with him being that little bit older, we actually never got to actually race against each other. He would always sort of move up by the time I got to where he was, if that makes sense.
yep,
So probably the fact that I get to race against him now, which is good, because you've got someone that you can, bounce your ideas off, and if he tried that and it didn't work, or if I tried something and it worked. So, yeah, I'd like to say that I got one up on him in our racing career, but he was the only one in the team that won a feature race this year. So he's probably got one up on me this season, I think.
nice. So besides the Australian title, what other plans do you have for next season?
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, we'll do the Aussie, and get ready for that. We'll try and do the full round of our championship calendar as well. So yeah, a bit of travelling involved in that, but our calendar isn't finalised just yet. And then yeah, we've actually been building a speed car for the last 12 months, which is pretty much finished now and just about ready to go. So we're not 100% sure what our plans is for that. We'll probably just do like the Motorplex meetings for this season, just to get a feel of it, because that's obviously going to be another learning curve for us. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, probably be mainly focused on the wingless stuff for this season. So yeah, should be good.
Yeah, nice, nice. That's wow, a speed car. That's cool. All right. So your racing number's 24. Is there any meaning behind that? Significance? Tell us the story about the 24.
So absolutely no meaning at all behind the 24. It was just a number that was available.
Yep.
With I think 86 or 87 registered cars in WA, so there's not a big list to choose from. But I actually can confirm that I'm changing numbers this year.
Yeah. Right.
Uh, yeah, so my childhood racing number of number 7 is actually available now. So
Yep.
I've grabbed the opportunity to get that. Haven't been able to run it for a long, long time. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool for me.
So switching from the 24 to the 7. Nice, nice. Oh, that's good. Hopefully, it brings you a bunch of good luck too. One thing, Brandon, when I do these shows, these episodes with people, I try and make sure that they get the most out of it and thank their corporate partners, their sponsors, and everyone who helps them get up and down the highway to do what they love to do. So, mate, the floor's all yours.
Yeah. Obviously, I think as most of us, I've probably got to thank my mum and dad the most. My old man's the one that puts in all the hours, and he just absolutely loves it, tinkering on the cars. So I got to thank him. Obviously, my crew, which is mainly my partner, she does all our social media and stuff like that. So she puts in a lot of work for that kind of stuff. Um, and then yeah, just our sponsors. So Pettis Suspension, Rockingham, Albany Powder Coaters, Daniel from A1 Caravan Service, Ashley Barnett from Sprint Lubricants, And yeah, there's a heap of other guys that chip in and help us, yeah, help us out and let us do what we love doing. So yeah, couldn't do it without those guys.
No, that's nice, and it's good to see you. It's a two-way street. They help us, we try and help them by seeing any sort of business we can. And I always encourage anybody, if you're in the market for anything, you see a sponsor on one of your mates' cars, then yeah, hit them up because it helps us keep going. So, no, mate, thank you very much for joining us on the show, and again, well done for your first season as VP, going into your second one now. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing what you guys put on for this little wingless sprint week. I mean, maybe even if the car doesn't go across, maybe I have to head across and catch up with you boys anyway.
Yeah, no, really appreciate having me on, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice, nice. All right, guys. Well, that's your driver. Going to be soon the W7, Brandon Sharpe. Thanks very much. And stay tuned for our next episode and take care. See you.